I know this video is late. It's not in 2017 anymore, it's now 2018, but I've been so busy with college and making my end of the year YouTube videos and everything, I just haven't had time to record this, but I'm here now and it's happening, and this is my first year making the K-pop album tag video, and I'm really excited about it. So I wish you guys could see my filming setup right now because it's ridiculous. I have like a hair roller holding my phone up and like makeup brushes, and it's crazy. But anyway, so number one, my favorite album of the year. And if you watched my video, you will know what it is. Oh wait, look, the camera's over here. It's Red Velvet, The Perfect Velvet. This album is gold. They're my ultimate bias, so I mean, of course they're gonna be my number one album, but oh man, this album, I'm like at a loss for words when people ask me like, why do you like this album so much? It's like the perfect, it literally is the perfect velvet. Like, it's like anything that Red Velvet could come up with that would be like a good song, it's in this album. And Peekaboo has been my jam this year. Like, my family actually makes fun of me because I listen to it so much, and I don't, honestly, I think the only song I skip on this is Moonlight Melody, and that's just because I only like to listen to ballads when I'm in the mood to. It's not that I dislike them, but I can't be all like hype, like listening to like Attaboy, and then all of a sudden like Moonlight Melody comes out and it's like, it kind of like kills the mood. If you watch my videos, you know all my answers, but I'm gonna go through my top 3 favorite albums. So my second album, my favorite album, oops, is you pronounce it Crystal, right? Or is it like Cry Style? It's hard to read when it's like in a box font. But anyway, it's CLC's album. This honestly defined my year since it came out so early in the year, and I listened to it every day. Like when I was shopping, when I was driving in the car, when I was cleaning my room, on my way to school, like everything. And every song is good. I think the only song I ended up skipping towards the end might have been Mistake, but not often. I listened to every single song on this album constantly. I still do. I was just listening to it earlier, actually. This album is just, whenever somebody says like, oh, I'm getting into K-pop, what should I listen to? I always recommend this album. And number 3 is Red Velvet's The Red Summer. I actually have 2 copies of this album. Well, technically I bought 3 because I gave one away. So I technically bought 3 copies of this album. This album, the only reason it's not my number one album is because it's a mini album. But because I really only loved 4 tracks on this album, and I liked just about every single one on Perfect Velvet, that's why it was number 1 for me and not before that. If The Red Summer had like 3 more songs on it, this would have definitely been my number 1 of the year. Number 2, my favorite Photobook concept of the year. Now this one is hard because I literally only buy K-pop albums for the Photobook. I never listen to the CDs. Well, I used to, but then I got something for my car, so I don't have to listen to CDs in my car, so I don't anymore. So the first thing that came to my mind when it came to Photobooks is this album, the High Pristin. As a photographer, I really actually love portrait photography. I do it a lot. And the portrait pictures in this album are just stunning. I love the coloring of it and the angles they take it at, and wherever this location is. I don't know where it is, but it's beautiful. It looks like Venice. I don't know if they went to Venice to shoot this though. I don't imagine they would. Maybe they did. The pictures are so pretty. And I really enjoy how they, even though it's like a small photo book, they used up like the whole page. I have more than just 2, but I really love Oh My Girl's coloring books, their photo album. I specifically love the coloring of when they're in the clouds, just like the tones of the picture. are just so pretty. I don't know how they achieved it, but I really like it. Also, when it comes to photo books, Luna excels at photo books. I do plan on owning every single copy of Luna's single releases, even though even though the photo books are the same, I want both covers because I'm that much of a fan. Some may call it dumb, but I really like seeing every single album like on the shelf. Like, it's my goal just to have every single album. I want them. But this album, Love and Evil, I don't remember where they went to take this photo book. The pictures in it, it could just be the location that I like the most, but they're just very beautiful photos. Again though, they did do the thing like, why? Look at all this white space and then this tiny little photo. I don't like that. It should have been bigger. I don't know, just overall these photos, especially the cover of the album alone, is just beautiful. I also really enjoyed Vivi's solo album. I think it's honestly her pink hair that gets me. I just love pink hair, and she wears it so well, and it's like the perfect shade of pink, and it sets the tone for each picture. Like, I'm not sure if I would like these as much if her hair wasn't pink. Something about the coloring that they did, and since it was spring, the location with like the pink flowers in the background, it's so pretty. Okay, number 3, my favorite packaging. So my favorite packaging is honestly just like the book style packaging, so I'd actually give that to Luna because, you know, actually I'm gonna go get them all. So Luna made every single one of their single and subunit releases the same exact album style. So they look, I'm trying to show, oh! They look so nice when they're all together in a line. And I actually, I have Eve's album coming, and I still don't have Jinsul's album. I'm gonna get that. Right now I'm just buying one cover, but I'm gonna go back and buy the other ones. But besides just the plain book packaging, the album that stood out to me this year for packaging is the repackage of Lovely's second album. I like the reversible cover. Yeah, you can have like a choice. Like, you could have this one that's on top. You could completely take off the cover and just leave just leave like the red, or there's another cover that you could put on the front. And I really love the material of this cover. It's like shiny, and I don't really know how to explain it, but I really like it. I really like their use of the photo book inside too, because the pictures are so big. They're huge. I love big photo books. I wish the people that made the albums would make them tall like this. Least favorite album packaging. So again, there are 2 answers to this. So my number 1 least favorite packaging is jewel case with a photo book and a slipcover, because there are so many ways this can get damaged. Actually, this album is damaged. I'm glad I bought 2 versions, but I'll take it out of the slipcover carefully. The top of my jewel case right there actually got damaged in the mail. It's cracked in the front as well, which it shouldn't be that big a deal. It shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but I was kind of pissed off when I got it in the mail. Plus, I know everybody's heard this and everybody complains about it, but when you put it back into the slipcover, the outside gets damaged. The Red and the Velvet albums all have like damaged corners from me constantly sliding these in and out. I wish SM would stop this. I hate this packaging. And honestly, the winner for me this year for least favorite packaging has to be this new trend of like box packaging. I've been seeing people call it. It's just like a box that it kind of looks like a book, but it's not. And it usually has like a CD and then like this, all this wasted space in the back of the box where there's like a CD sits on a stand. Like, why not just make it thinner? And they don't have, most of them don't have magnetic clasps on the side. So like I display my Ricky albums up over there, and when they sit up, even though I tried my best to keep them flat, you can tell, see, this part has like moved a bit because there's nothing, because this opens all the way, there's nothing keeping this in place. So now this is, if I want it to be in place, I have to like slide it up, and now it won't stay like that, so that's great. Another reason, I bought this album while I was in Chinatown in Chicago, and by the time I got it home, this happened, and I wasn't like handling it roughly. It was just like, because there's nothing to like support it, I just do not enjoy it. I just want a metal clasp, honestly. Like, that's my #1 complaint. I want it to shut and not open by itself. There are many more examples of it this year, like Choistagram and Happy Moment. Both of their albums are like that. Favorite album from a rookie girl group, hands down, goes to Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Every song on this album is good. There is not one song that I dislike on this album. A lot of people did not like their title track. I do like it. I also liked Running. I really wish they had that pre-debut song, Roller Coaster. I really wish they would have put this on this album. It would have been a lot higher up on my overall list if that song was on there. But I really like Running, and Black Widow was great. I wish the dance would have been a little bit better for Black Widow, but I still love it. Favorite album from a rookie boy group. Now, I don't have this album yet. I plan on getting it, but for their album On and Off, I'll put like a picture of it somewhere here. That album was great. I loved Cat's Waltz. I listened to that one a lot, and Original. Both of those songs were great, and there was one more. Let me look up the name of it. The second track on the album, Difficult. I also really like that one. Honestly, the only song I ever skipped was If We Dream, but I do plan on buying a physical copy of that album because it's really, really good. Album that surprised me this year, so that would go to Lovelyz Fallen Lovelyz. I love Lovelyz. I like every single one of their albums, but they kind of disappointed me with Are You Ready? Whoa, was it upside down? Are You Ready? I like the title track, and I like some of the B-sides. I wasn't a big fan of like a Cameo or Emotion. I feel like it could have been better. I didn't really listen to it that much, even though I love the group so a lot, and I usually listen to all their albums. So when they were talking about having a comeback, I wasn't really that hyped up for it. I kind of just watched the teasers and didn't get excited about it. But when it actually came out, I listened to the album. It is so amazing. I of course love their title track. That I think I've listened to it over 100 times, at least according to iTunes. I really love Secret Garden and Triangle. Both of those songs are great. I never know which way to hold this album. Like, do you hold it like the portrait photo, or do you like hold it up and down because that's where the spine is? Like, but anyway, this album surprised me a lot. Favorite non-Korean album released by a K-pop group. So there wasn't really that much this year that I liked that was released, and the only like Japanese album that I bought was just a single album, Dresses One More Time. So it doesn't really count because it's just a single album with 2 tracks on it. If I had to like pick one that I didn't buy, so Subunit, CBX, their album that they released, I can't remember the name of it. Girls. Their album Girls. I did enjoy that album. I listened to it quite a bit, but I don't ever plan on buying a physical copy of that album, but because Japanese albums are so freaking expensive. Like, this cost me like $20 or something. Well, with shipping all together, it was like $40 for both versions, and that's like, it's a single album. I don't know. My favorite Subunit album of the year. So I don't own it yet, but I plan on owning it. But the JJ Projects mini album, that was like my album of the summer. I would listen to it while I was like driving by the beach with like the windows down. It was, especially their title track, it just put me in such a good mood. I really like whatever the title of the second track is on the album too. Those are the two that I went to the most. The album was great. And also the subunit of Luna. I only have Mix and Match, but I'm gonna mention Max and Match, right? Yeah. Because I really love Uncover. I love every song off of this album. I listened to Chaotic, I think, the most though. Though Lunatic is my favorite, the one I usually go to is Chaotic. And the Photobook, should I mention. And they shot all the photos in and around LA, and the pictures are so pretty. I wasted no time buying this one. I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered it. Okay, so number 10, random album recommendation. So Wiki Miki does not get enough love, and I will shout them out anytime that I can. Their mini album, there is an maybe I Teen Girls special song. I can't read it right now because it's in Korean on the album, but I don't remember the name. But this album was great. I know lots of people hated the title track, so they didn't bother to look into it, but Wiki Miki has a very bright future, and I'm really excited for what they release. I think they're having a comeback probably end of February, early March, I'm thinking. Please listen to this album. So I forgot to mention this at the end of my video, but I do have an album collection video coming out sometime mid-February, maybe beginning of February. I just need to shoot it, and I'm waiting for some stuff to come in the mail, like my Wonders Never Cease Season's greetings and my Red Velvet Season's greetings and everything, and I want all that to be here before I put the album collection video out. So look forward to that coming out soon, and thanks for watching.